face plant. Well, that broke the screen protector. That's why we got extras. So much for depth perception. Some cedar out. it's beveled. An extra 2 inches. Get a new blade tomorrow morning. Trim strip at the top. We need to bring a saw back with a fresh blade because we got to put a flashing cut in this one. All right, we'll work that out. This is actually 10. Oh, the first one is perfect. It's just like, it's just going to work with a bat. Lining up with that, it is what it is. It's a freebie. The rest will probably just suck. That said, I'm going to go make a head pan. And 5 plus 5 plus 31 on the 42. Got it. it's just going to hang over like their picture shows. I'd rather it didn't. I'll tack up one option of it so I can sleep on it tonight. Don't mind that little gap on the right. That'll cover with a bat and caulking. But what I did was I adjusted the middle shortboards over the window so that the bats line up with the trim. We'll just move them so they go to the inside. I only narrowed each board 3/8. I may just start at each window from here on out and work out and either, you know, lose a little or gain a little to get the spacing right. I'm sure I can make it work out somehow. But I think that's the only way I'm probably ever going to be happy with the trim. Just having half a bat land above, you know, like sticking out from the edge of that, it doesn't leave a good, you know, you can't really notch it and come by. You could stop it up there. It's just kind of, you know, it's sort of a pick your own detail thing. And I'm going to try to pick it to where your eyes are going to go, which is the trim instead of, I guess let me back up. Board and bat, you know, is a lot of times the more modern stuff would be like a 12-inch board with a 2.5-inch wide bat. So there's a bigger space. This is a little different. It's all 10-inch, you know, rough sawn 10 by 1-inch thick boards. And then all of our bats are 4 inches wide. So, you know, you take out, there's only 6-inch space in the middle. And if we narrow them up or widen them out a little bit, nobody's eye is really going to pick it out because it's not above or below anything. It's all isolated up here. So anyway, that's how we're going to roll. I got a split for now. I'm going to do a little job in the shop. All right, this is one of those extra credit after work things that's really not worth filming and making into a whole video. But started this Monday night, I guess. Guy brought this, the tractor end of a quick connect out for it. It's so a tractor can swap between a bucket on the front and a fork cage, and or whatever other implement they make to go on there. And it just pretty much tore itself apart. They're using it with a kind of a shop-made implement that picks up some really heavy bales of hay. It'll pick up 3 at a time, and it's, I don't know, it's 4,000 or 5,000 pounds of hay. And so what we're doing is this material is 3/8, and I had some heavy wall 6x8 tubing, so we just kind of carved it up, and we're gonna build a new one from scratch but heavier. I'm just gonna try to drill the rest of the holes tonight, and he's gonna bring out the new pieces of the Shelby tubing, and we'll get started cutting lugs and everything lined up. We're probably gonna do the pin system a little different. It's like a spring-loaded deal, but we're just gonna make it with a pin that goes in with a little drop lock. Okay, I'm gonna get into it. All right, back at it this morning. It's pretty windy up here, a little bit cooler, but it's probably gonna get hot later. I don't know, let's zoom in here. I'm putting this slip strip in here now. I didn't have it yesterday, but it needed to go on first, and then the little base metal there that the siding is sitting on. What that does is it allows us to slip the end wall flashing, the hook that goes over the Z closure, that can slip up in there. Instead of trying to fight it up between paper and metal, it'll just be slipping up between two pieces of metal. So it should, like, think of it like a shoehorn. That should go in there a little bit cleaner. So I'm gonna put that on now. It's still gonna be tight, but it's probably the better solution to get this work done and just be able to, you know, do the roof and walk off, be done with it all. So that's the hope. I'm going to install that right now. The nails in the upper flashing are up with near the top of this, but these nails I want down here so that the siding or the roofing can go right here, and then the flashing can slip up. I don't want any nails in this area. I just cut 10 of them, and I could probably increase it about, I don't know, a little more than an eighth, just a little loose. It sort of falls away real quick. So I found a little bit better home for them down there, so I'll go cut some more. All right, so I've got a little bit of this on here. I think I'm going to catch this one up to where this one is, and then put some bats on. When I slipped that other little piece of flashing in there to create the pocket for, I realized that if I nailed the bottom, there's no way that was ever going to go in. So I think what I'm going to do is I have about 2 feet above the bottom is the last is a purlin where I can nail the siding there, and then the bats will hold everything together. Then the last thing we'll do after the hook flashing has been slipped in there is nail the bat through the boards with a little bit longer nail. This cedar's pretty stable. It was all pretty much standing there, you know, it's all heartwood, so it's all pretty much dry, and then it's been drying for, well, the summer now. It's all in great shape, so I'm not worried about it moving, which is one of the nice things about it. So I think using a little bit longer nail through the bat, through the board at the bottom after the roof is on will be enough to tie everything together, and everybody will be happy. So that's what we're going to do. Mark that there. That's the top corner. 7 and 7, I think, from yesterday. right, here's what we got. I cut some short pieces that just dead ended here flat straight at the end of the bottom of this drip edge here. I think what I came up with is I went and recut them to where they end up there, but they're also beveled at the angle of the roof. The problem with how thick they are, well, it's not a problem, just with how thick they are, it adds a little volume to it, so we need to sort of not just, you know, dead end it with a square board. So it'll add a little bit of feature to it as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These anyway are just going to sit inside here until after the roof flashing is in, and at that point I may nail them. I may just use like a trim screw in them once all this is done and the flashing is slipped in there, because right now you can still get it up in there. I haven't cut these to length yet, and I think what I'm going to do is the same thing, is bevel the bottom of them, because they all got to match. I'm going to mark on that. I cut them long. Excellent. And we'll make sure I got enough on the blank. Just enough. Perfect. All right, I'll be back with more. We'll go 43 long of the upside to the short of the downside. And we need 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 shorts, 24 longs, 43 minus L, 10, short 4. And I like that. Okay. Okay, that's this side sided. All the bats that we're putting on now are on. We're not doing the underneath the window ones for a little bit. I don't want to set up on the other side. I don't want to move everything and do all this. So I think what I'm going to do now is focus on this side. All my stuff is set up below me. I think I'm going to try to finish this side of the roof out, Purlins, and we'll see about getting the overhangs all dialed in, but we're going to start working over here and work our way up just because everything's right down below me. All right, I'm just running down to get a few batteries. Super windy out here. It's probably 75 or 80 degrees, and I got a hoodie on because the wind is keeping it super cool. It's like best day ever for working. Clear blue sky, breezy, but man, this is great. So I'm not racing, I'm not running hard, I'm just working here with my machine, and I put in a half hour before lunch, took a 45-minute lunch, and I'm at about an hour and almost, not quite an hour and a half after lunch. So we're looking at about 2 hours to set up and run about half the purlins, and it's going smooth because it's all figured out. I'm relaying it out as I go to tighten up the purlin spacing, and it looks like I'll get them all on here this afternoon. They get easier. I mean, the 12-footers are a little tough because there's not a lot of wiggle room on them, but then the last set should go pretty quick because they just run wild and pull them back in. So I'll just keep going and grab my batteries and put you back on time lapse. Make sure we get the crane in there moving. All right, we'll go finish that out. Work with that. Those are good enough for blocks. Come back and pick those up later. Got the right bit today. going to trim that one to get it to sit down. The wrapper's twisted. You can almost see it from here. I'm going to flip this one over. It's got kind of an S going in it, and the major part is, I think I'm going to turn the major part up. I just think it'll look better. You can see it enough when you're standing up next to it. All right, this is kind of lame. There's a high one in there, a little turned up corner, and it bounced my string, so I got 2 marks in light orange. So I'm gonna go get the override chalk line in black. Block that next. Alright, we just cut the blocks for that gable. We're gonna go put those in. And I get this top purlin a little twisted here. I gotta take it loose and get the block in.